Crash and Burn is an arcade-style racing game developed by Climax Racing and published by Eidos for the PlayStation 2 in 2004. And the game takes much inspiration and influence from iconic racing games with the likes of Burnout and even the Destruction Derby series that would have been seen on the PlayStation 1. As the game utilises fun but yet fast-paced driving aesthetics, but coupled with that with car combat features where you can damage and crash your cars or literally destroy your cars as you play. So the game offers up a variety of different modes, anything from your quick race modes to team races, multiplayer and other challenge based modes, with a bomb tag mode that allows you to tag other players with a bomb, so you have to try and avoid other opponents that's tagged with it in order to survive. And obviously when the time runs out, whoever has the bomb at the end of it is game over for them. So it has a lot of unique elements, even with elimination modes or last standing modes, that you have to try and fight to win and to be the last car standing, if you will. So the game does offer up a very unique and dynamic array of elements with regards to the modes it's on offer, and it does offer fast paced and frantic gameplay that will test you throughout each experience. And it generally is just a fun game overall. Now the game itself did receive mixed reviews according to magazines and critics, as even though it does have some really cool elements, it wouldn't be as well polished compared to other racers seen on the PlayStation at that time, but definitely has enough appeal with modes and a variety of cars and unlockable features that will keep you playing for quite a while. And it genuinely is a fun multiplayer game to play with your mates. So with each of the vehicles you can unlock various attributes using experience points and money that you will be able to acquire additional bonuses upon wrecking opponents, setting fast laps, winning races and completing the variety of challenges that you will face within the game. So there's a multitude of elements that will definitely keep you engaged for a while at least. And it generally just is a fun, all-round, good, solid game to play, regardless of the reviews. Yes, it's not the most polished game on the system, it's far from it, but it definitely offers something that's different. And even stating back to the likes of earlier games like with the original Burnout games and even the Destruction Derby games that would have been seen on the PS1. If you're familiar with those type of racing games and you like those more destructive elements to car games, this here will definitely prove to be a title that's worth looking into. And it has been proven to be decent enough and quite popular game with regards to fans over the years anyway, as many fans do really enjoy this game. And even for myself, having spent time playing it, and I'll admit it isn't the most refined game out there, even graphically and even in terms of its control, physics and handling, but it's one of those games like many other racing games on the system. You just have to put time into it. That's really just the whole point of a lot of these experiences. These games were never designed to be the most beautiful or the most fleshed out games, but what they do offer is they offer a lot of fun in short bursts. And yes, they will take a while to get used to various physics and handling dynamics again, because each car is different. But you will have a laugh with this game, and the fact that you have various customization features and different visual attributes that you can add to your cars as well, so it definitely keeps you entertained for quite a while. It generally just is a good fun game that does present a different challenge and would be somewhat different from your other mainstream racer seen on the system. And again, because the PlayStation, as we know, the PS2 more specifically, has a ridiculous amount of racing games that were released on the console during its lifespan. So there's no harm in trying this one out if you're looking for something a wee bit different. And again, if you are a fan more so of these more destructive car combat games where you can drive at fast speeds and literally just crash into everything, you will have a laugh with this for sure. Even going back for myself back in the day, it was one of those games that eluded me for a very long time, I will admit, because I remember always going into game stores and seeing it on the shelves. Now the thing is, at the time, the stores at the time were looking for quite a lot of money for the game, and the game didn't really come down in price, especially in the area where I live. The game was like $50 or €50 plus for a very long time, even up to about 2 years after the game had been released. It never really dropped in price as such, so that was one of the reasons why I never ended up buying it back in the day. But I do always remember going into the game stores and picking up the case, and I would always look at it, and it was definitely something to me that looked appealing, because I do enjoy these type of racing games. Because again, I'm a big fan of the original Destruction Derby games and even the Burnout games seen on the PS2, and like Destruction Derby 2 is one of my favourite racing games of all time, and this here definitely does present elements of that. So it was always intriguing, but just for some reason I just never got round to playing it until years years later. And yes, it's not the most refined game out there, but I definitely say that there is a lot of enjoyment to be had with it, and I definitely enjoy it, and I will continue to play it because there's definitely a lot more fun to be had with it. That I can almost guarantee. But I would love to know your thoughts of Crash and Burn for the PlayStation 2. If you have played this game yourself, and if so, what do you think of it? Do you enjoy these type of car combat games? And if so, what are your stories behind them? And did you enjoy this game specifically? I'd love to hear whatever stories you do have of this game, so be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated of future videos. And if you would like to see more content around other types of racing games similar to Crash and Burn that were also released on the PS2, then you can check out the playlist here on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.